Hi everyone, let's talk about Glasgow, which I just did a full two-player game of. Well, have to be a two-player game. It's a two-player only game. If you'd like to see it out on the table and see it in action, it's linked in the description or in the corner of the screen. Check it out if you like. So what do I think of it? Well, I think that it is a very tight, very tense two-player game. I really love time track games. I think it's a great mechanism where you can jump as far as you like. You can take any action that you like, but for everyone that you skip over, there's a potential for the person behind you to just scoop up every action. There's absolutely no penalty for doing that. And you probably won't skip too much in this game unless it's towards the very end and there's a building that you absolutely need. There's massive differences in the positioning of those tiles from game to game. There are a couple of tiles that aren't in the game in any given one, so whiskey, the availability of whiskey can be very different based on the buildings and the contracts that have come out and what the architects are displaying. And what the players go for, whether factories are going to be plentiful or scarce at the start of the game. If there's a lot of them out there, it can be very good for putting players off building in a certain row or column, because once they're out in this communal city that we're building in the center, as soon as another building is built in the same row or column as a factory, the player who built it gets a benefit every time. Usually resources, sometimes it's exchanging resources for others. But getting the first factory down can be a great thing, because whatever building the other player is going to put down, it has to be in that row or column. So you'll start getting that benefit. And there is a lot of kind of strategic placement of stuff, because we're building this communal city, and you only get points for the things that you put down. But there's a lot about, you absolutely have to be aware of what the other player is doing. But there is a lot about, tenements want other tenements next to them. And as soon as someone puts a tenement down, if you are now building and you aren't particularly bothered where something goes, maybe you're going to be influenced by wanting to put something somewhere because of your own factories, or not put it in a particular place because of the other person's factories. As soon as someone puts a tenement down, unless something really important is happening, you probably want to put your next building around that tenement and just deny the possibilities. That's one less space that another tenement can go to boost that thing. If someone puts a shop down, it's kind of on them if they put a shop down really early, because shops get you points for being in the corner of the finished 4x5 city. So yeah, as soon as someone puts a shop down, if they foolishly do one too soon, it's in your interest to put one next to it and stop that ever being the corner. I think Glasgow is a fantastic game, and it's one that I definitely admire a lot about it. But in my experience so far, it does feel like there's a lot to be said for denying people things, not just the action spaces, and there's still great decisions in where I'm going to go, how far I am going to skip, what I'm giving the other person. What are they going to do? Are they going to get the building I want if I let them get to the architect first? Maybe I need to skip it, but then they're going to get all of these extra actions. That's all great, but in the actual city itself, and it's partly just from being a communal city, it works incredibly well, but there are so many times during the game where I'm just like, well, obviously I'm going to do that to stop you doing this. Obviously I'm going to take this garden to stop you getting one, which is in loads of games. But yeah, actually constructing the city, I'm not going to go there and activate all of your factories. I'm definitely going to go in there and block off your tenements and block off this, and you need this particular symbol that I can see, and there's only one of this, so I need to take that away. It's definitely not exclusive to Glasgow. It's in tons and tons of games, but I definitely felt it more in this game. And if Rach and I don't really like any game where we are out and out stealing from each other, but yeah, it kind of felt bad more than good that I was doing something to get in the way rather than going off in my own way. But I know that for a massive majority of people, that's just going to be a massive benefit. It's just going to make it more tense. People are always on about wanting more interaction in things, and Glasgow definitely delivers that. It's got beautiful artwork by Clemens Franz. I always love new. It's mostly lookout games. Really, but I always love a new one coming out, because I love Clemens Franz's art, and to me, definitely one of the first games the first modern games that I got really into was Agricola, and Clemens Franz art says Eurogame to me. There's a lot of fantastic artists out there, but yes, kind of it's my origin story, isn't it? But yeah, beautiful artwork, beautiful, tense, tight game where, yeah, you have to be. It's not personal. It's business. You're trying to build Glasgow. You need to get in each other's way and stop other people taking advantage of you and stuff. It's turned out not quite for me, but hey, the playthrough is there. Watch that and get an idea of whether or not it would be for you. Thank you for watching, though, and I'll see you for the next game. Bye, everyone.